What's going on, guys? It's Matt here, back in another video, a guide video. I know, very surprising. Don't do too many of these. But I'm going to be going over the Goblin Full Moon Night Market event. It's a really good event, so I felt like I should kind of give, just a general overview and give you guys an understanding of what to focus on, because there's really a lot to this event. And let's start off by saying that you have to be level 101 or higher in order to have access to this event. You're going to go over to your star tab and click on the Goblin Market quest to enter. Once you get in here, you want to immediately talk to Fan here in the middle to talk and get the Goblin Baton. This is going to allow you to be able to farm your daily coins, your 200 daily coins every day. You are able to get coins from monsters within 20 levels of your current level. So that's really nice. Gives you a little bit of flexibility there. And then after you're done, you come back through the star tab, and you'll have a quest that allows you to return back to the market and then accept your full moon buckwheat jelly. You get one of those per day. So after you farmed your coins and you got your jelly, you're like, what should you do? What should you be focusing on? All right, so that's what we're going to get into. Well, this event is really good for leveling up mules, secondary characters. If you talk to Doc and KB here, these guys will allow you to level up your characters. You can do 2 wax a day per world, so it's not per character. So you can either do 2 on one character or 1 and 1, 1 on 1 and 1 on a different character. But this will give you anywhere between 1 to 10 levels per day per bonk. So that's essentially 2 to 20 per day, which is really cool. I did this event yesterday on my Mercedes, and I ended up getting from 180 to 189. So that was pretty dope. So basically, you can see what like your level up chances are, and then the bonk me on the head is the one where to get your level ups, you do have to be between 141 and 199 in order to do this. So although you can enter here at 101, make sure you got to be 141 to use this NPC. The other thing about this NPC is the Typhoon Growth Potion, right? This potion is transferable with an account, so I would recommend doing this on a separate character, on a different mule, and you're going to be donating 200 coins a day, and you need to donate 2,000 coins. So that's 10 days of coin capping on a different character, and you get a Typhoon Potion. So you don't have to do this on your main character. If your main character needs some other stuff from the coin shop, which I'll go over in a second, do this on a different character to get that Typhoon Potion for your main character. Really nice event. Really nice NPC here to take advantage of. I mentioned earlier about the buckwheat jelly. If you talk to Sweepy in the general store, you'll see an assortment of items. I'm on non-reboot right now, so you won't have some of these on the reboot server, but you have an assortment of goods to purchase from here. Unfortunately, you only get 1 jelly a day, so that's kind of underwhelming. Let's like 5 days for a monster bloom. I guess you could take advantage of capping on multiple characters, but if you're extremely lazy like I am, it's like you might want to focus on one thing at a time. I prefer the Monster Life gems for non-reboot, so I maintain my monsters for that extra damage and stat from my Monster Life. But there's an assortment of things to take advantage of from here, and that's really good. I guess I would recommend the Trait Boost Potion for newer players to get that level 30 charm, so you get your pocket item unlocked. And then after that, it's really up to you. Whatever you really need, whatever you want. So that's the buckwheat jelly shop. Goblin Fireworks vendor, ignore this. The Meso Raining Goblin Cloud, ignore that. You don't need to worry about those at all. Over here to the left, Stitch here gives you some tickets. If you missed the recent One Droid event, so if you're a new player or returning player, I would highly recommend taking advantage of this Moneroid, especially if you're in Reboot. If you're in non-Reboot, you don't really need this. You could just end up getting like a Fairy Heart, you know, or a Titanium Heart from the auction house, which is going to be a lot better. It's a higher tier mechanical heart, but if you are in Reboot, I would highly recommend taking advantage of this android because it gives you a permanent Lydium heart. So there is no other way else to get a perma heart currently in Reboot. So 10 days of buying this ticket, you get 200 coins a day, 10 days, and you will get this android and heart. And then going to Smithy, this is like a daily shop for these two right here. You can get the Nodestone pouch and Arcane Symbol pouch. It's really up to you to decide. I wouldn't really bother with the rest of these here, in my opinion. But the first two, which you can buy on a daily basis, the Nodestone and Arcane Symbol selection pouch, it's really up to you to decide what you need more. Probably would recommend Nodestones first, because you want to increase your final damage of your skills as quickly as possible to get more damage. More important than Arcane Symbols, in my opinion. But again, that's really whatever you kind of prioritize and whatever you want to go for. So go ahead and do that. You know, you get 200 coins a day, so you can buy one of each, you know, or two of one of them. So yeah, definitely focus on either of these per day. That's what I would recommend. For Bobby here as well, if you are trying to gear up, for example, in Reboot your Kana ult, or just have some drop gear for your main character, you could take advantage of these rings, because these event rings are pretty good stat. I believe they're 20 attack and 20 all stat with some HP and MP. The Jewel Craft might be 20 and 30, if I remember correctly. Not too sure at this time, but these are really good temporary rings. The Cosmos, the Synergy ring, not Cosmo. The Synergy ring you do need on 5 different characters to get all the bonuses that these other rings will give you. So this one's the most work. You have to put in the most effort for. So if you want to do that, you can. Else I would go for the other rings first. The Master Assess ring is going to be the ring that requires the most RNG with, or that has the most RNG to it, excuse me, because you have to fuse jewels, and then you have to eventually get to, you know, assess. So yeah. So I probably would focus on the Cosmos and Vengeful ring first. Again, these are really good temporary like damage rings if you want to use them for, or really good drop rate rings for your main character, or for that Kana farmer or Kana ult that you have. Okay. Going over to the right side, we have the Goblin, which is essentially just the AFK event. So you're going to do the like the first quest up top here to get your pillow, and as you can see, I already completed my 12 hours from yesterday, and this does transfer through servers. So as long as you accept it on one character, you got it running. And then if you accept it, like for example, I'm on Bearer right now. If I go over to Reboot, I accept the quest on an alt there, I can collect my EXP as it has accumulated. So that's really cool. It's just another AFK event. If you stay online, you know, you'll get EXP over time. If you log off, you get half of that over time. So really cool event for some really easy XP for characters that you might not really want to play or level. Unfortunately, the baton event does require you to actually play the character if you don't like it, because you need to cap coins on it in order to get those extra levels. So keep that in mind. But that's essentially it. One other thing I didn't go over is the Goblin buffs. So between the between the 15th and 25th minute of every hour, you get a random buff from either the one-eyed goblin or the two-eyed goblin. And let me get here. Yes, so every odd hour, you get the buff from the one-eyed goblin, which gives you 15% EXP for 30 minutes. And every even hour, you get the blessing from the two-eyed goblin, which gives you 15 all stat, 15 attack, 15 IED boss damage, and 1500 max HP and MP for 30 minutes. Might want to take advantage of that. It does stack with every other buff in the game as well, so it's really good for either a little bit of extra, damage while you're grinding, while you're bossing, and just, that EXP again is just really good for grinding. So consider taking advantage of that and keep that in mind between every hour, between the 15th and 25th minute. You don't have to get here exactly on time. Just make sure to come into the map during that time period, and you will get the 30-minute buff. And I think that's it. I think I went over everything about the event. So just again, a TLDR, Stitch, Android for Reboot, Smithy, Daily Notestones, and Arcane Symbols. Bobble is for event rings for your character, either drop gear or temporary damage gear. Cloudette, Ignore. Fan, make sure to, after you coin cap 200 coins, right? Make sure to accept your buckwheat jelly for the day, because if you don't, I don't think you can coin cap for the next day. And if you're having trouble coin capping, go to your beginner tab and make sure you have Fans Goblin Bat. Like when you go into a map to farm at, make sure you have Fans Goblin Bat on. And if it's not on, as you see right there, just right click to toggle it on and off. Doc and KB here, really good for leveling up alts, for Legion levels and getting that Typhoon Potion for your main character. Sweepy, again, coin shop, do with it what you want. Trait Boost Potion, pretty solid option. After that, really whatever you want. Fireworks Machine, Ignore. Z-Zoblin, AFK EXP event, and then you have the one-eyed and two-eyed goblin buffs between the 15th and 25th minute of every hour. So that's basically it. I wish you guys the best of luck with your grind. Be sure to take advantage of this event because it's really good in my opinion. And I will see you all in the next video.